Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making mashed potatoes for 2 people. If you are wanting to make mashed potatoes that'll serve anywhere from 4 to 6 people, you're probably going to want to use about 6 or 7 potatoes about this size. I mean, this one's a little bit bigger, but I mean, you can't ever really have too many mashed potatoes. So I'm going to have 3 potatoes, that's for 2 people. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get peeling. We'll get that part done. You're going to grab yourself a pot. Okay, so I've got that really big potato that was here. I cut it 3 times and I'm just gonna cut and cut. So that's about the size that I'm getting for the mash. If I wanted to, I could even go 1 more time, but I'm okay with that. Like I said, as long as they're the same, that's all that matters. And you're gonna put them in a pot that has no water in it, and then you're gonna fill it. You don't wanna add potatoes to boiling water. It doesn't cook properly. And don't judge my cutting. We're not here to learn how to cut things. We cut things how we cut things. Okay, so this is how it is. I'm gonna fill it up with some water. Water is in the pot, maybe about 1 inch over the potatoes, and then I'm gonna throw some salt in here. I'll show you how much salt I throw in. People are always really shy with salt. People need to add more salt. I mean, people are out there eating McDonald's and not questioning the salt. So put some salt in your potatoes. We're gonna bring this to a boil, and then once it boils, we watch it for about 15 minutes. Potatoes are on the stovetop on high, and I'm just going to put, I don't know, like that much salt. What's that, like a tablespoon? Just put that in. I don't want to hear anything, just a smidge of salt. No, you need to salt your potatoes. You like your fries salty, you're gonna like your mash just to taste a little bit of salt in it, believe me. You have a lid, pop it on. I like to just leave a little gap, but keep an eye on it. Don't walk away because it will overboil and make a mess. I probably should have used a bigger pot. I'm 100% guilty of using pots that are not quite the right size, because everything should be rolling around nicely in here while it's boiling, but you'll know that you can probably turn it down now because it's starting to get like puffy on the top. So I just move it to medium heat once it hits that boiling. It'll stay boiling at medium, and I just put the cover on. At this point, it might take 10 to 15 minutes. So move it down to medium, put your lid back on a little bit. Don't go too far because it might still overspill depending on the type of stovetop you have, but generally going down to a medium should keep you just at a safe boil. Okay, so our potatoes are just about done. We're gonna check them now. We're gonna grab 1 potato. This is a pretty good thick one here. And put my fork right through it. Well, that's the goal. So that came right apart. So that's perfect. As soon as your fork goes through it, there shouldn't be any resistance. It should just go right through, right? Like if you're eating mashed potatoes, there's no resistance. You just put your fork in. That's the same when you're checking your potatoes, your fork should just go right through it. Okay, so now we know that this is done, and I'm gonna turn the heat right off, the stovetop right off, and then we're gonna drain this in the drainy thing, whatever that thing's called. Okay, so we're just gonna drain. You can get one of those from the dollar store, and then you're just gonna put it right back in. Okay, so remember guys, this is just a basic recipe. I'm gonna be using margarine, okay, but you could use straight old butter, unsalted butter, or salted butter. I don't recommend salted butter since you've already salted your potatoes. So margarine or just an unsalted butter is fine. And I'm just using just a dinner spoon, and I'm gonna, it's a little too much, and pop another one in. And then you're gonna start mashing. See how that just goes right through? So the butter actually sort of adds a layer on top, sort of coats the potatoes, so that when you add your milk, and if you have to add salt again at the end, it's just gonna have a nice finished taste. Now, some people like to use an immersion blender, hand blender, that sort of thing. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not today's video. We're just doing basic. My mom's coming over and I'm gonna make her mashed potatoes because I know how, okay? Or I'm making this for my boyfriend's mom. They're good, they're basic, she'll be impressed, I'm telling you. Okay, so these are mashed pretty good. I'm gonna grab a little milk and put some milk in there. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of milk. We should be warming this milk up a little bit, but I'm not going to. So I'm just gonna do this by eye, and I'm doing enough just so that it coats it, I guess is the word, but you don't want it to be soupy. Do you see how that consistency is changing? That's nice. And see how they're staying nice and fluffy? Because you drained them well. And you put them back in a nice hot pot. It's releasing a lot of steam, which is water. We don't want water in our potatoes. Okay, so if you want them a little more creamier, you can certainly add more milk. I like mine a little bit more, so I'm gonna just add a touch more. Okay, so potatoes are mashed. They're good. Now I'm just gonna take my fork and try it just to make sure there's enough salt. Oh my gosh, these came out great. I do not need to add any more salt. So the salt that I added when I was boiling, remember it was in here, it was about that much, I'd say about a tablespoon. That worked out perfect. This is delicious. That's right, I double dipped my fork and my spouse doesn't care. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you love your potatoes. Tonight we're having this with a chicken Kiev, which I did not make from scratch, I bought, and a little bit of salad.